Hello and welcome back to Ascension. Since the last episode, I've been up to a lot of things, so yeah, but before I get into all the recap to show you everything I've been doing, I want to mention about this series and some stuff on my channel. Over the past couple of weeks, I have been talking about in various vlogs and other videos, but yeah, Ascension is now going to be twice weekly because this past Friday, my other series Breakdown ended. So to fill its gap, Ascension will now be on Monday and Friday, and I believe this will actually be my first series that is twice weekly, at least besides those original like demo dashes where I did all 5 episodes in 1 week sort of thing. So yeah, hopefully this will work out well. What I'm currently thinking is I'll record Monday and Friday's episode on the same day. So like after I get done recording this episode, I'll record the episode for Friday with little gap in between and then work on off-camera stuff between the next one sort of thing. So I'm not sure. I might end up doing some off camera between the Monday and Friday episodes if needed, like if something happens that requires me to do off camera. But I think I'm doing more of a back-to-back recording just to make it easier on myself. And overall, hopefully this will turn out well. I haven't really done twice a week before, or for one series anyway. So hopefully the series will still progress at a good pace and such. But yeah, anyway, let's get into this episode. So before I get into the other stuff I need to recap, remember how I left the therium smelting here? I think it was last episode anyway. Well, I made a chest here to put all the therium in, just in case you're curious how much we got from all that. And yeah, we have a lot of therium now. So, I can break this chest now because I didn't need it, but I just wanted to keep it separate from my other therium so you could see how much that actually smelled with that super uber doubling setup I have there. And, yeah, we were kind of low on therium though because I repaired stuff, and, actually, I'll just, read the items off my little, note over here. Pretty much, I reworked the grinder. I grinded a bunch of levels, named and repaired all my items. I expanded the farm area and revised that a bit. I revised the ender chest, I rebuilt the boss arena, I got more foods, I moved the main area teleporters down to the teleporter room at last, and I finished the wave room. So yeah, as you can see, I've been doing a lot. I think the first of these things I'd like to note is the revised ender chest. So I had the ender chest for a while and I've been using it, but I didn't have a lot of stuff in it. So I kind of put a few more things in it. I think the end porter, the torches, I now have food in here. I have the entity movers and a white stone. So pretty much I just put some more stuff that would be useful to grab out of the ender chest, especially considering now that I have the ender backpack, I can grab it from anywhere by pressing U. So, yeah. And about the boss arena thing, well, if you look on the map here, you can see it. But yeah, I came down here, I rebuilt the whole area, I lit with torches. Some of the grass still didn't grow back over, as you might expect. But this whole area's nice, flat area. I probably won't go back and actually probably do glowstone just so if we fight a boss, its chest can't land on a torch and get destroyed, like kind of what happened with the wither chest. They were all center. But yeah. And yeah, besides that, I did a whole bunch of upgrades to my armor and such. I did name the bow here. I didn't really know what to name it, but I gave it power 5, and I did clone a bunch of books. This is another one that now has a name, the Marauder. You know, it's kind of a looting one as opposed to the Slayer. So, yeah. Oops. And the armor set, it's now fully named. I think the body was the only one that wasn't named, and I added feather falling to the boots. And let's see, what else was there? I put unbreaking on most items, and I named most items. And actually, can I just shift click? We got the blue breaker, the efficiency one, the old blue, the original. Sailor's strike, my new silk touch, because the old one was silent swing that got destroyed in the explosion. Here we have lumber reaper. I didn't really know what to name it, and green lightning. And here's the old ones, Inferno's Ravager, Martyr, and Slayer. And in here I have Prosperity and Mineral Magnet, as I decided to call it. And I have Flame's Edge on me because that's my general sword I use. Besides that, I don't think I really have any other gear. I do have my Slayer legs in here, the old Therium chestplate, and some other random parts of things, the Sinucite axe. But I decided not to try and name all of these. I think some of them might have names if they were like my old items, mainly just like the Slayer leggings. But I didn't really see a big need to name all this stuff because I don't really use a lot of it. And I think I might have made more meteor picks just because I go through them a lot. They're my basic everyday pick because of magnetism and they're cheap cost and good speed. Because I still do have a lot of meteor stuff. I don't think I got much more resources off camera. Maybe redstone if anything, because I always run out of redstone. I actually do want to try leveling up the pets, but I realize that will need redstone. Oh, and speaking of pets, the sheep's back here now. Because, yeah, I kind of got rid of the sheep farm stuff. And, yeah. Speaking of that, I have a bunch more food. yeah, so I realized I was getting kind of low on food, so I got a bunch more carrots. I got some squid sandwiches, got some mutton, some chicken, and I also got some watermelon juice. Not as good as carrot juice, but yeah. So, more food. Okay, so if we come down here, you'll notice I got rid of these teleporters here and finally brought them down here. So, yeah, at the moment I just kind of got rid of the empty ones and threw the other ones there, the snow village and the cloud. I kind of intended for this to be bosses we could go fight, like I'll set them up at bosses I haven't yet encountered. But I realized I was running out of room for this one just for teleporters around the world sort of thing, and I just have all the other ones there that I harvested from here. So, yeah, and I still need to redo this whole teleporter setup thing. I don't know, I was thinking of putting teleporters in the corners somehow or something. I still haven't decided, but, yeah, I want to get a beacon here at some point. But I did also finally finish this room over here, more or less. Yeah, it's now cloud. So besides filling the room with cloud, I put some sun torches here and here. I'm not sure if they will hurt the mobs, but considering the light kind of shines through, I think the torches will work through the cloud. Which is cool because, like I said, clouds are indestructible, or at least very explosion resistant. I also have this here because clouds can be moved by pistons, unlike obsidian. At least I don't think normal pistons can move it. So now the mobs can't attack me, but I can always break the cloud to get back in if I need to. So this should help for those rare occasions when I die here. So, yeah. And I think this is the last thing I have to show you, but, oh, I have to show you the farms as well. But I redid the grinder. So, yeah, as you can see, I now have more zombie spawners here, and I actually widened the walls one in each direction this way, not the back and forward, though. So it's now a little, I guess, off-center. Goes four this way, but only three, you know, this way. I guess that'd be north and south, only three, east and west are four. Anyway, so I did that, and I lowered the floor as well, so I could do one more spawner, because I felt 4 wasn't that much better than the other one I had. But 12 on the, not 4, 8, but now 12 on the other hand is a lot more. So yeah, pretty much this grinder works a lot better now, and I grinded a ton of experience, which I didn't show you before, but I'll show you when I head back to the base area. But if you come down here, I got some stuff to show you. Yeah, all these are zombie loot chests. It's a 1 in 500 drop, I think, and all these are filled with loot. So this one's all the rotten flesh I got off camera from grinding here. This is all the splash potions, or the chaos potions. Here's all the armor. More armor. Even more armor. And everything else. I filled up 3 obsidian chests of various armor. I can always combine a lot of these that aren't enchanted anyway. But still, I have a lot of really cool armor now, like Ethereum. There's some adamantium. There's some sinusite even, so yeah, I might even be able to repair up to a full sinusite legs, or I can always use a fusion furnace to salvage it down to the base components as well, which will be cool. And yeah, so I have a lot of armor to deal with. I'll sort it off camera, like repair and decide what I'm going to do with it all. But I wanted to at least show you guys on camera first, and if you look at the potions, you know, I'll have to review all these and decide if any are really worth using, but the new potions, where was it? Yeah, they can go higher than normal, so like haste 4. So some of these might be really good, like speed 4 and blindness. You can only get speed 2 normally, so this is a really good potion if you can deal with deal with the blindness. So yeah, some might be a bit more useful than others. That one probably not. Instant health and poison, probably not either. It's always funny when potions do this though. It doesn't know which one to show when applied, so it flickers. I'm trying to see if I can find one that's really good. Speed 3 and hunger. That one's not bad, because the hunger doesn't last too long, even though it will drain your food very fast, but it gives you a very powerful speed, so that one's not bad. So pretty much they're very situational. I never really used them much before because of that, but some are good if I use on hostile mobs, like the buff isn't as good as the negative sort of thing, like probably not hunger, but you know, there are some here like that, like Snowless versus Haste. Haste doesn't affect a lot of mobs, or if I want to be slow but mine really fast, that'd be good, or swing really fast. Regeneration and Slowness, that's another really good one. So, yeah, there's a lot of unique potions here, and I just find them fun, which is why re-added them, and I kind of buffed them. I changed how they worked from the old ones, so there's a better chance of getting more useful things now by the weight system and whatnot. So yeah, it's they're pretty cool. And yeah, back in this chest here, this is pretty much just the overflow of other things that I couldn't fit in the other chest and all of this. So I have a lot of stuff here, a lot of emeralds and diamonds even if I combine them back into their full versions. And yeah, these are all zombie loot chests, and I'm really not sure. I didn't look at, I think I might have looked in one or two by mistake when trying to pick them up with the block mover, which is why it's so worn down. But if I just move them here, I can open them and we can see what's inside. So this one has the new helmet. I got the old one. It used to be the Ornate Stalet of Toast, I think, or something like that. So yeah, we already got one zombie unique item and some diamonds. So let me just break the chest, and then we'll move on to the next one. I'll explain more about the armor set later on, so yeah. Okay, so I took all the chests out of the wall and placed them down. The reason I couldn't open them here is because, you know, there's bricks that can't open up into a solid block. So I'll have to repair this wall later, but now I can open up all these. This one has a spawn egg for a vampire. That's what the Grimoire bosses are, tier 3 that I turn into a mini boss. I put the spawn eggs in here just because they're hard to encounter. So yeah, this has some therium, emeralds, and ender pearls. Overall, I try to make these chests, you know, have useful things that would help you, more so in the early game than when I'm at now. But a spawn sphinx. Sphinx. Ah. A spawn that word, yes. So yeah, I didn't expect to get this many from grinders, but a Minotaur. Wow, we almost have all the spawn eggs. We're just missing the last one. There's only 4 of them. So yeah, that's pretty lucky, I guess. And another Sphinx. We still didn't get the zombie unique item, which is kind of funny because this item is 1 in 10 chests, the other item is 1 in 5. So we still didn't get that, so we're down to one last chest now. If this doesn't have it, well, I'll just have to grind more and see if I can find it. Oh, apparently there's another one I forgot about, but we got a second helmet. That's interesting. We got 2 of the 1 in 5, or 2 of the 1 in 10, not 1 of the 1 in 5. And this one has, oh, we got the last spawn egg, but we still didn't get the special zombie weapon, the dagger. I think it's the dagger anyway, or the blade, something like that. It's a gold. Was it gold? Yeah, I think it was a gold weapon. Anyway, so, yeah, that was all the loot chest I had. We got a good bit of loot. So, yeah, and we got a whole bunch of spawn eggs. And, if I collect the chest back from here, like I said, I'll have to come, repair this wall later. Okay, so I came here to the Hall of Ascension real quick so we can compare the new helmet to the old helmet. This is the old one I got before. And as you can see, it changed a decent bit. Before, this didn't have protection. It just had unbreaking and respiration. But it also gave the max 4 health boost. It also had a longer name and a different lore text. But, yeah. This one now has Unbreaking 10 because gold items don't last very long. And Protection 5. So, yeah, it's pretty strong. So I also have a spare one of them. And, yeah, if you had the full armor set, though, gold does give a set effect. So if you had the full ornate set, it's pretty powerful, even though it won't last pretty long. So that's something interesting to note anyway. And if we head back here, we can do some other stuff. Okay, so I stored that stuff away, and now it's time to show you the new farm area. This area is pretty much the same. If you come here, I have the door out, but I got rid of all the sheep because I'm not sure what I'll do out here, if anything. I might just get rid of this whole door segment because the stairs down are right behind here. I have the sugarcane here, even though it's not the final version. I figured out a better way to do it by making it go down 1 deeper, and I'll be able to have even more sugarcane. So, yeah, I have a sugarcane farm, though. I'm not sure if I did before. No, I don't think I did before. I had this side, which I'm not sure what to do with. This wall back here has some room still, as you can see, but I realized, well, one, I have hopper ducks here. That's one reason I don't want to keep going this way. And the other reason is the one I think I mentioned earlier, or I found out earlier, is the beacon. Because the beacon stuff is like right on this side of the wall is where the beacon would have to be. So, or the beacon base anyway, to get a max, or tier 4 beacon. Words. So I do have this here, but I considered maybe I could move this back this way. Because I don't think there's anything back here besides the redstone. So, it got picked up in there. It must have found the hopper. And the glowstone up in the ceiling is just kind of placeholder. And I did actually leave this open so you can see how I did it. I realized I actually only need to put one repeater into the center one because it powers the ones to the side as well. And this is outside. I think you might have saw that earlier. I'm not sure. And I'm still not sure how to do this area. I originally considered like running the stuff over here. But I realized that was kind of silly and unneeded when I could just put in this wall. But yeah. And it comes to me because I have magnetism. But yeah, now if we watch, we'll slowly pipe all the stuff in here. It's not as quick as before, I think, because the hoppers go into one another instead of running to hopper ducts below them. So I still could change that. And like I said, I might actually just take this whole thing and put it in this wall here and then maybe do something else in this direction. I'm not sure. I'll have to see how the whole beacon stuff conflicts with this and whatnot. But I don't know. This is just my overall idea. I could do some more stuff. Like I could push this wall back because like I said, there's space here. But I think it's the teleporter room right down here. Yeah, so I don't want to do too much and have too many rooms just kind of like stacked on top of one another. I want to try and give some space. And yeah, this is where I need a watermelon though. And I don't think I can grow nether wart here. But yeah, as you can see, just pipe stuff in here and let me replant this. I was growing wheat because I needed bread for the sandwiches, but I don't really need to keep growing wheat. I'll probably switch back to carrots soon. And yeah, I'll either move this way or finish up this area. So yeah, there we go. And just to mention, this is all fertilized soil, so it grows really quickly and doesn't need water. But yeah, I'm just really not sure where I'm going to put the animal pens. I think I can kind of find room for all the other farms. But that's the one that's really giving me trouble. I was actually thinking when I do build the village stuff, I was thinking of building it on this coast. I might just put the animal stuff there instead of having it in my base just because, well, one, they probably would get annoying to listen to if they're too close. And I just, like I said, don't want to layer stuff on top of one another. Actually, another thing is, originally I was considering of transferring this base to my next series, like my next Monday, Friday series that I did talk about in some of my vlogs. But now I'm thinking that it might be better just to start new because this base is just getting crowded. Like, there's just not enough room to do a lot of stuff I want to do, and so many rooms are just so close to one another that I can't like do wiring or hopper ducts between them without making things tricky. So I think it might be better to, at least for the next series, try just the new world, new base sort of thing, and not just reuse this one. But I don't know, I still could bring it back in a future series. But anyway, so yeah, levels. I have a lot of levels. Okay, you might not actually realize how many levels this actually is because the higher levels you get, the more experience it costs. So if I withdraw 1% of this, it doesn't even go down one level and I have 21 levels. So if I withdraw half of this, I mean, yeah, you can kind of see this is a lot of experience. And that will last me a while, hopefully. But what I wanted to start doing is unlocking some more of my little goals. If we head back to the Hall of Ascension real quick, I can show you. So 1 second. Okay, so pretty much here are the series goals. And this whole row over here deals with experience in some way or another. I need to unlock the scrolls to level my Goki stats and experience and items anyway to level up the pets. So yeah. But now that I have a working grinder, I just decided to grind a lot. Like I would AFK a bit while doing other stuff and just swing at the mobs. So, I got a lot of experience. I use the knowledge helmet too, of course. So, yeah, I want to use this experience though to level up a bunch of stuff. So to start, I think I'll just take, yeah, that seems like a good bit of levels. And let's start leveling some stats. Okay, so I already got all the protection ones, and I got most of the combat ones. This is the last combat one, which is the chance to instantly kill enemies under 50 health. So I think I'll just start leveling this up. Okay, so I maxed that already. See, I didn't even put much of a dent in those levels. So now I think I'll level this one, Stealth. I get to move faster while sneaking, and have a higher chance to perform this effect, which is 1.4. So, wow. So yeah, instead of being 1.4%, it would be 1.6 while sneaking. So not that much better, but faster moving while sneaking doesn't hurt. I don't want to get some of these because I feel like they're a bit glitchy, but I would like to get the jumping ones. So, oh, need a few more levels. So, yeah, there we go. And I thought that was going to happen. So, yeah, as you can see, I have a ton of levels, though. I just maxed out 4 stats, and I barely put a dent in that. So, yeah, I could level up the other ones. Actually, I don't really think I have ladders, and like I said, the swimming one I feel is a bit buggy. Same with the tools. It's not really that they're bugged, it's just the way they feel is a bit weird, and you can't undo the stats, so to speak. So I think I'm just gonna not level these for now, because I feel like I'm fast enough with digging, chopping, and trimming and mining without the stats. And yeah, so I'll level all these when I need to end the series, but for right now, I think I pretty much maxed all the stats I want to max. And that brings me to the next thing, my Arcane Scrolls. I know I haven't really used them much in the series, and to be honest, I went with Arcane Scrolls just because the other match key mod I wanted just wasn't working well. I wanted to go with Mindjika, I think. But it just didn't work well, or at least the old version. It does have a new updated version for 1.7, which I may or may not use in the future. But anyway, so yeah, I would like to get these. These need 50 levels each. So let's just try and finish out all this. And hey, look, 50 levels. So if I go in here, go to special scrolls, I can gain mobility, summon a tamed horse. Okay, and that is 50 levels. So and darn, I hate when it's just off like that. There we go. And now I can use it again. And Oblivion. Kill all entities besides the player, which is, of course, very overpowered. I don't like using some of these scrolls because they either seem underpowered or overpowered, in my opinion. But I probably will try and use some later on. I know I probably said that before. But yeah. And we're finally starting to put a bit of a dent in the levels. But oh well. This is why I got them. So, Greed. Yeah, you get multiple items from a block. So that's pretty much fortune. So it's pretty cool. Okay, so I still needed the defensive scrolls and the offensive scrolls. So I think I'm just going to take out 45 levels and see how much these cost. Because I think these use levels. Yeah, they use levels and not the relative experience. So I actually lose some experience by doing that. But let's see. Do any of these need a high level cost? I think that's the highest. So I'll go with that. And yeah, let me get a bit more experience because I think the next one needed... Oh, God. That was a bit more than I thought. So, it's kind of hard for me to do precision with these because, yeah, they'll take more experience. Or taking out 1% jumps up a lot more than I kind of would want. So, let's see. Any of these... Yeah, 15. I'll do that. Okay, we had just enough experience to unlock Affliction, so let's get that. And I think I need, like, 1%... Yeah, let's just do that. And defensive... Okay, so it's 15 and 13s. So let me just get another 1%, which should get me... Darn. Like I said, it's hard to get the right amount of levels out even with this little slider. I wish there was a way to just kind of like input the exact amount you wanted, but not many experience storing mods seem to do that. So, yeah. And I think this is it. So, yeah, now if we review... We'll go in and utility scrolls. We got them all. Defensive, offensive, and special. So we now have every single scroll. And yeah, I can just scroll up and down to see all the magics we have. And I can make any and use them as I wish. So I will probably want to check more of them off camera, like review them and such, and make some more because I only have a few here. But yeah. Okay, so I came here just to check what the pets cost are. Let's see. If I level, I need a block of coal and a level. So, I don't know. Let's see how much leveling I can do. Actually, I probably want to bring a pet closer. So, here, Wolf. Come this way. Come here, Nether Wolf. And ta-da. Okay, so, I'll just withdraw 2%. And I think it's, coal and iron to start. So, actually, I think it's iron ingots. Whoops. So, yeah, let's see how quickly this stuff goes down. 7 levels now. Okay. But I know sooner or later it will start requiring redstone. And that's when I'll have to stop because I just do not have redstone. I just never have enough. Yep, there we go. 2 redstone blocks. I can't level it anymore. What level is it? It's only level 8. Oh, dear God. So, let me just withdraw a bunch of levels and let's see if I can do the same for the cat over here now. Okay, so they're both level 8 now, and they both will need redstone blocks to continue their progression. So, yeah, I'll just need to try and get a bunch of redstone off camera. I didn't use too much of my iron and coal, but it does keep escalating, so it will need more diamonds and gold probably than I have later on, I think. I think it does use gold, maybe not, at least diamonds. So, yeah. I definitely need more redstone though, because that's all the redstone I have, because I use it so much for my mechanisms and whatnot. Okay, there were a couple other things I want to do this episode, but I can't. One was make a tomahawk, but I don't have enough sinacite to make another one. The other was make a sinacite bow, which once again don't have enough. And the other thing was actually to put decapitation on this sword, but I tried and it wouldn't work, and I think it's because the sword has damage for some reason, but I don't have enough sinacite spare to repair it when it's so full on durability. So I'll just wait to repair it to full later on and then try and add the book, because I do have a couple decapitation books, but anyway, I would like to get a sword decapitation later on, but I really need to get more sinacite now. That's the main thing I'm missing. Like, I do have some sinacite items, like in the chest and such, which I should gather up and see how much sinacite I really have. But overall, I just don't really have much sinacite. So, yeah, I really need to go get a gas tier, but I did realize a way I could get gas tiers very, very easily, so I think I'll look into that next episode. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the episode, and hopefully you're looking forward to having Ascension twice a week, and until next time, goodbye.